Hi, welcome back. So today we're going to talk about
Animal Reiki.
Animal Reiki. No, wait. Okay. I've taken like most of your Reiki classes.
Some of them multiple times. Most of them
multiple
times, actually.
What I've taken multiple times.
Yeah.
But most of them, I think there may be a couple I haven't. I don't know. But the thing with, okay, so now you've got one just for animals. Now, okay, let's start with, first off, when I took Reiki originally, I was only trying to do it because I like helping you and I was going to help you with things. And there's hush things in there. So the only way I was going to get to see it was if I took the class. And I'm like, fine, I'll take the class. So I take the class and I was like, wow. And then I took Reiki 2 and then changed my mind. I was just like, wow, my mind blew up. And then I'm hooked. And I love it. And it's changed my life. And it's changed everything about how I deal with the world. And it's amazing things. And then I heard about Animal Reiki. And I'm like, I don't see it.
Yes, we had that conversation a little bit too, because I talk a little bit in the regular Reiki classes, just a couple little pointers if you're working with animals.
Yeah, because you've been doing Animal Reiki for like a long time.
Right.
Quite a while.
Right.
Okay.
And in different versions of Animal Reiki.
Right.
The version that I'm teaching now is a really refined and a very special energy that just came out a couple of years ago, really.
Oh, okay.
So in the same way that the word ki means energy, so we've talked about, especially in the classes, Byoki means unhealthy energy, Genki means healthy energy, Reiki is spiritually guided energy, many types of ki.
Right.
Well, Animal Reiki is its own special type of energy, and it's actually very unique. I'm a master of 8 different lineages of Reiki.
Right.
And
and you haven't taught me all those.
Not yet. And the Holy Fire lineage is the one that I teach the most, as well as getting ready to come back to Gendai Reiki teaching here soon. As well.
I'll try it.
And
I'll be amazed too.
But Holy Fire is just incredible.
Absolutely,
right?
yes.
And so one of the things that I had noticed as I'd been studying some Animal Reiki on my own, there's some specific tools and techniques that you use with animals. Animals are really sensitive.
Right. Well,
this specific type of energy. So what makes it different? Like I think
that's because when we were in class, you said one of the things that you taught was don't beam it right at the animals because they're sensitive. And I was like, really? Because when I try to send it to people, I'm just like, how can I make it stronger?
Open channel.
Yes, exactly. It's like floodgates as much as possible. And I did notice that before you had even said that, I didn't realize. And so I noticed when I sent it if I sent it to them, some of them were just like, whoa, dude, and I was like, oh, sorry. And then other ones actually didn't seem to mind too much. But some of them very much were like, dude.
Very sensitive.
Yeah.
Animals are very sensitive. They tend to be very open, where we as people over years, and usually relatively young, we start to build up some walls and some boundaries, and we have our shields because we naturally sense each other's energies.
Oh, right.
Well, animals are always sensing everything. The way an animal has its fight or flight instinct as well as its intuition that says, oh, I'm safe, I can relax, I can open fully, it's because they're always on sensing. The animals often will pick up their caregivers' traits and characteristics and even health traits. We often see this parallel. If an animal caretaker has a lot of stress or anxiety, then we often see their animals reflect that they have that stress and anxiety as they're healing their caretaker, as they're sensitive to their caretaker, they're picking on those same traits.
Actually, with our kitties, I notice if we're stressed,
they get stressed.
And it's funny because it's in different levels.
Yes.
Like some of them, they don't seem stressed, but then they do these things that point out they're obviously stressed.
Yes.
And then other ones, that are just, you look at them and they're just like, oh my God, will you stop stressing out? And it's like, oh, okay, you're really stressed out too.
Let's relax.
Sorry, yeah.
Let's take a breath together. Exactly. Just like people, same thing.
Yeah.
And animals, a lot of times their signals are a bit different than ours. So it takes a bit of understanding to be able to know how to observe what you're observing and to correctly interpret what are they trying to tell you.
Okay.
So animal Reiki energy, to get back to your first
Yes.
question, is a very special, very unique type of Reiki energy. It is gentle, it is effective, and it is efficient.
Nice.
And I am really blown away at the difference of the type of energy that it is, the quality of energy that it is, and how often I use it in my human sessions.
Really?
That was one of my bigger surprises, because of course I love using it with the animals, but I have found that oftentimes, especially if any individual frequently worries or has anxiety or is stressed, those are some of the main cases that I bring in animal Reiki, and it seems to be effective in a way that is different than the traditional types of Reiki that I use. It brings in this gentle, soothing healing, and it's as though it just washes off that anxiety and stress, and people come out with this beaming confidence and grace, and that's what we see with the animals that are, if an animal is stressed or anxious, chinchilla that I had worked on, it was at a wildlife sanctuary, and this chinchilla had been part of a petting zoo area, and it loved it at first, but after a couple years of that,
too much input,
it didn't want to deal with any people.
Like, please stop.
This little chinchilla wasn't able to pick and choose and say, I like their energy, they can handle me. Why don't we get that person out of here?
You can pet me, you can't pet me.
It did. There were just hands reaching in.
Yeah, of course.
And so they were worried, and they were trying to figure out what they were going to do, if he would have to be isolated, or how they were going to help him live his best life. And so the caretaker reached in, and she had to find him. It was a bit of coaxing. She asked if I wanted to hold him, and I said I really didn't need to. And she sort of was insisting in pulling him out anyway and putting him in my hands. And so I just let a gentle flow of animal Reiki flow into this little chinchilla. I asked him first too. One of the things that you'll learn in animal Reiki, we have classes coming up very soon for this. One of the things that you'll learn is how to ask consent of the animal. How you don't just go, I think you need Reiki. Boom! Because that's not respecting
That's what I was gonna say. So, like with Reiki clients, with people, you can say, what hurts? How does this feel? Do you feel better? How are things? Do you want to continue? You can ask it and get feedback. Exactly. But with animals, it's not like they can talk back to you. So there's guidance that you can give?
Yes, exactly. Because while this is not an animal communication class, that's a different skill set. Okay. Within this class, we will actually teach you how you can ask the animal a question, and how you will see very clearly, especially with consent, are they saying yes? Are they saying no? Sometimes they will. We always want to respect their free will, so we will teach you how to know how they're responding. Sometimes they'll say, "I'm not sure. What is this? Can I feel it a little?" and then decide. We cover all of that in the class. And while it's not an animal communication class, a lot of times people notice they start being able to actually hear and understand their animals so much better.
Interesting. So, and I would imagine, with that idea, I would imagine because animals, different species, see the world differently. So I would imagine, and they interact differently.
Yes.
So do you get to do you get ideas of how to talk to or how to engage different animals, what you're looking for and stuff?
Yes, exactly. Because in this class, we'll cover, your own animals that are your pets. You might be wanting to take the class to help your own animals or friends.
So you'll show me how to do my pet alligator and stuff.
We should have a discussion about why you have an alligator as a pet. But we will talk about. We can talk about alligators, but that's another discussion. We'll cover cats and dogs. We're going to do lots of practice with each other's animals.
So horses.
And exactly, horses, farm animals, birds. You're actually going to learn, and we'll do some practice with wildlife as well. So
nice.
bears, one of my favorite is working with the bears. And through some webcams, through some webcams, it's really amazing to see how the animals respond. And through the webcam, you will ask for their consent and you will see a direct answer. I love, my teacher had an example that she saw where she was asking, I don't remember if it was a horse or a bear, but this one was a horse actually, and she was doing a demonstration video, and she said, would you like to have Reiki to the horse? And she turned back to the camera, so she missed it, but the horse went like this huge ahead.
How much more do I have to say?
And he had stopped when she looked back around, and she said, and now we'll watch and see.
And now we'll watch to see if he does. And,
and he did another,
he's like, really?
But it is truly, it's very obvious.
So it's like engaging. You
Yes.
talk to the animals, kind of.
Yes, and
That's amazing.
marine animals are amazing too. So we'll work with some marine animals in the class as well.
Now, when you said the Zoom or over the video, it works at a distance too.
It does, yes. So
Okay.
some students will be in person for this class,
Okay.
and some students will be online for this
Okay.
class. It works really remarkably well at a distance. One of the things that we realized with the reason Animal Reiki, thank you, was so delayed in how long it took the class to put together, the energy kept saying it wasn't quite ready, it wasn't quite ready.
Interesting.
And it was after COVID-19 hit and we had the lockdown that the energy finally said, after Holy Fire 3 came in, okay, I'm ready. And that's when we started doing Reiki online, and this huge download with Holy Fire 3 energy came to Planet. That's
Right.
another
That's a
video we
whole
did a
other
while
thing.
ago.
Yeah.
And through that, it gave us this ability so you don't have to take a class on a farm to get experience with multiple animals.
interesting.
So we will be working with the Roth Reiki cats
Of course.
in the class for those that are in person.
Nice.
And anyone who wants to take it from home will be using each other's animals through this amazing web technology that we have. And we are planning, and maybe it's not a surprise if I say it on video, but we're likely planning a surprise trip after a week after, like a little bit after the class graduates, to a zoo so that we can have some
nice.
experience in person with some of the wild animals
Very
as
cool.
well.
That would be
Be
awesome.
optional for those in person, and we're working on figuring out technology for those
Yeah.
that join the class online as
Nice,
well to be
nice.
able to participate.
That's gonna be awesome.
It's amazing. And one of my favorite, can I share one of my
Yes,
favorite
please. Yes,
examples?
yeah.
I have maybe a couple favorite examples of the animal Reiki. One of them was a 5-month-old fox named Frankie. And Frankie had been hit by a car and had lost most of his sight from the impact of that. His bones and everything were healing pretty well,
Nice.
but they were concerned, and he was just a young fox. And so they had, at this wildlife sanctuary in Nova Scotia,
Nice.
they had brought me into the habitat with the fox, and I noticed the millisecond that I would start to flow the light of Reiki, the fox would slow down to a slow trot and find a comfortable place and lie down and receive Reiki. And if somebody asked a question outside of the habitat, something would make me lose focus because
Yeah.
I'd want to answer the people
Of
as
course.
well. The moment I stopped flowing Reiki with a nice gentle focus that Animal Reiki calls for,
Yeah.
the moment I would stop, Frankie would jump up and bounce and run back and forth and chew up my arms and do laps around over me. And the millisecond that I started again, he was down to a slow trot.
Wow.
He found a spot. He laid down. And this happened over and over and over. And it really showed me so much about how sensitive animals are and how they are so perceptive. And I think the ones that are so connected to their wild nature, they're always sensing what is around.
Yeah,
You
of
know,
course,
if there's another animal hiding behind a bush, they need to
They
know
need
it.
to
So
know,
they
yeah.
feel that energy.
Yeah.
If there's a herd of animals that maybe they're at the watering hole or something, and there's a hungry leopard that is stalking around, every animal, before the leopard makes a sound, every every animal will recognize,
Senses.
they smell it,
Yeah.
they feel
Yeah,
it.
yeah. They
And-
can feel the tension and the energy.
Exactly.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
one of the things we'll teach you in the animal Reiki class is how to make an area of Reiki and then to allow the animal to enter that
Nice,
as well.
nice,
So
nice.
many fun things.
So the class is coming soon.
It is, so definitely check out our website for that. There's so many exciting things. I really was blown away with how different the animal Reiki energy is after using regular Reiki with animals for many years.
Sounds amazing.
This has been an incredible addition.
And I'm sorry, does it have its own, now when they take it, I know there's ignitions, right?
Placements first,
sorry.
yeah.
There's placements.
And then later ignitions.
And then ignition,
Yes, yes.
okay. So that would be 1 and 2, right?
So there's in this class that's coming up, there are 2 placements. Yes, there's a level
Okay.
1 placement and a level 2 placement.
Okay.
And in the master class,
Oh, okay.
there are 4 ignitions.
Oh, interesting. Okay. And then I'm assuming there's a symbol?
There is,
Nice.
yes, and that symbol in Animal Reiki is amazing. It's so cool. It not only works incredibly for the animals, it works incredibly for transformation within the human.
Nice.
It really, through Animal Reiki, we recognize how much we're all part of this animal kingdom.
Of course.
And we start bringing in how we, through the placement, you get connected to the divine Animal Reiki kingdom, and you will be and keep thinking things that are secretive. I can't
Can't
say.
say, yeah,
I want to
but
say them so much.
it's amazing.
But things that will connect you with many species of animals, so that you can build a relationship with whatever species of animals you are drawn to.
I just can't
and
wait.
really, it's incredible.
That's
I can't
gonna be
wait to
amazing.
see you work
I
with
know.
the dolphin energy.
That's going to be amazing.
Fantastic.
Yes. Yay!
Aquatic life really
That's
responds
yeah,
so
that's-
well.
that's
There's
I'm
some fun stories
geeked
I'll
about
share in the
that.
class
Okay,
about that.
that's
It
awesome.
also connects you a lot with the spirit of the earth too, and it really brings in the plant kingdom and the trees and the life system that is this blue and green marble that we live on.
Oh, that makes
the
sense
spirit
because
of the earth.
the
Yes.
animals find balance with the earth,
Nature.
and so does nature, and everything.
Exactly.
Everything's about balance except us.
Yes,
normally.
so it brings in all of these different elements, and the animals want us to love ourselves too. That's one of the big messages that comes through is
Nice.
humans sometimes fall out of love with other humans. Sometimes people will be drawn to saying, I love the animals and I don't like people. People
I've
disappoint
never said
us.
that.
I think many people go through that at different points in time. And this class heals that belief system. This class is open to all views and all belief systems surrounding animals. And it helps meet everyone where they're at with it. And it really brings forth the message that when talking to the animals, they say they want us to love ourselves. Because when humans love and when humans create from love, humans create a lot of things on
Yeah,
this
we do,
planet.
yeah.
When we create from love, we create things that are filled with love that are great for everyone. So when we
Interesting.
love ourselves, it heals
heals
that.
that.
When we love each other, it heals the things we create. So
Nice.
it really, the animal Reiki energy heals your connection with what you feel with all life, with all people. It is amazing the things that just open, the sparks that come through
geeked.
that heal the soul in animal Reiki.
I'm excited. So I'm going to throw up a little thing about show you just kind of the flyer and stuff that was put together and just some information about it. And
And just one thing, you do have to have graduated from human Reiki 1 and 2 before taking this class.
Any specific lineage?
Any lineage at all.
Okay.
Whether it's
Nice.
Holy Fire or any lineage.
Any
Gendai,
lineage, nice.
Usui, whatever Reiki lineage you are, I just need to see your Reiki 1 and 2 certificates.
And boom.
And then you are qualified to take this class.
amazing.
Because
So-
there's a lot of information. It's the same length of time as a general animal, like a Reiki
normal
1 and
Reiki
2.
1,
But
2.
it's all animal information and energy and technology and tools. Yes,
Fun stuff.
yes.
I'm excited. So if you like this video, please hit the like button. Check out our website if you want to see about animal Reiki or regular Reiki or numerology or shamanism, or the list is very long.
All the classes we teach and the services we offer too.
Yes,
We've
absolutely.
got a
Oh,
lot of services that
yes.
we're doing too.
Absolutely.
As
So-
well as distant treatments for many of the services.
And if you haven't subscribed, please do that. And we will see you next week.
Thank you so much.